Hey, my friend, this is Nestor Nidome from the MakeMoneyFromHomeDad.com. And today I'm going to be asking you a very important question, and that is, what are you trading your time for? Okay? If you're like most people, right, then you're trading your time for money by going into a job that you're trading your time to receive a paycheck at the end of the week, 2 weeks, or a month. Okay? And that's totally acceptable in today's society. That's something that we are taught. It's very rare that you are taught something different in school, so that's why that's the only option that we think we have, right? And if you're some of the lucky ones who have discovered a different way, like myself as an entrepreneur, then you are a little bit further ahead of the steps to be able to create some freedom for yourself, right? But what I want to do for you right now is actually be able to show you how you can escape from that, right? Escape from the rat race, how they call it. Escape from you being able to trade that time for money and actually start to live life. Because in reality is that what really are you trading that time for? No, right? Because what you really want, isn't it, that what you really want is to spend more time with the kids, spend more time with the spouse, spend more time with the family, go on vacations, have some fun, right? That's why ultimately people get a job, right? Is that they go to a job and say, you know what, I'm gonna get some money so I can buy a house, right? But then they get a raise or they get something, and then they want to buy a car and they want to start building materialistic stuff. And even though you might think that this is great, which it might be. It might be. I mean, if you're happy, but right, but like if you are like most people out there, you're not happy probably, right, with your life. And the reason is because you're spending like 5 days, 6 days, working, right? Training your time for some money, so you will only spend some maybe 1 or 2 days with the family and having fun, right? And then maybe having 1 or 2 weeks a year to go on vacation, and that's the frustration that you feel. And so what I'm gonna be showing you right now is a way to be able to escape from that, right? But at first I need to kind of pre-frame this and get you thinking that how it is, why you're doing this, and how is this working, right? So when you have when you're trading time for money, you're basically going to a job and just doing what you gotta do, right? And then the money comes. And even though this feels like kind of secure, it's really not, because who has your future on their hands, right? The boss or the company, right? And at the same time, you know what? Yeah, you're secure, but you're also secure like in a jail, right? Maximum security jail, right? So when that happens, then you need to really, if the more secure you are, the more freedom you need to let go of, right? So that means that you have to ask permission for everything, right? Like when I was at work, I remember I used to hate having to ask for permission, having to ask for permission for the bathroom, right? It's like, hey, I need to go to the bathroom, and sometimes they will tell me no, right? It's like, no, you gotta wait until your break. I was like, okay, right? Having to ask permission to spend that day with my wife because it's her birthday, right? And sometimes I will get no, right? You will get a no, or say, you know what, I don't feel good. I think I'm coming down with something. I feel like a little bit sick. I rather stay home and rest it off so I can be good for the rest. And like I will get a no. They'll be like, no, you gotta come in. You gotta get a doctor's note or something, right? So to me, it's like, you know what? I don't want that security of that check coming in. I rather not have that and figure out a way where I can have financial freedom. And financial freedom, if you don't know, at least to me, financial freedom means being able to never have to be for money never to control you and you control it, right? And at the same time, financial freedom, don't get scared. Financial freedom doesn't mean you're gonna be a millionaire, right? Because in reality, it's like, imagine, just ask yourself this other question. It's like, why do you want $1 million in the bank? Let's say, right? If or why do you want $100,000 in the bank, right? What does that represent? What you actually want is a lifestyle that those $1 million or that 100,000, whatever money you want in the bank, the lifestyle that represent, that you're imagining, that if you had $1 million in the bank, you're imagining this lifestyle, right? The house, the car, the vacations, the restaurants, all that. You're imagining this lifestyle, and at the same time, this lifestyle is not as expensive as you think. All right, it's really not expensive. Sometimes you don't even need half a million. You don't even need 100,000 to be able to start living this lifestyle. You can work yourself up, right? But so for me, financial freedom, what it really means is being able to not worry about the money, right? Because let's say, for instance, you have whatever your cost, right? So you add everything you have in that you have to pay, right? You pay for the mortgage, the light, the food, all that stuff, right? But hear me out. Take away the gas that you're using to go to work. Take away if you're paying babysitters or something. Take away the lunches that you're buying at work, right? Take away that stuff because you're no longer gonna need that, right? Because you're now living from home, and you have a monthly cost, right? If you are able to generate money, right, without a job, to generate money somehow, so that replaces that monthly income, then you're financially free, right? Because you no longer have to trade your time for money. All of a sudden now you're financially free because you're able to produce money that pays for those bills without you having to work, right? Or maybe just doing it from home or something. So that's what financially freedom means. But it starts with a decision of that, is that what you want, right? And for me, that was what I wanted because I didn't want to be asking for permission, right? I wanted to be able to trade my time for my family, to be able to be with my family, right? So I didn't want to trade my time for money or for anything else, any materialistic stuff. Oh, my bulk of my time, I want to be able to be with my family, with them, okay? And in a little bit of time, mastering financial freedom, mastering the money, right? Becoming mastering the being a master of money. Okay, so the way that I started, and this is I got these ideas from several books, right? Rich Dad Poor Dad. I got it from Millionaire Mindset. So you can go ahead and find those books. But how I started, I started with the idea of getting three piggy banks from Robert Kiyosaki, right? One for your savings, one for tithing, and then one for investing, right? And those represent paying yourself first. Because the first step is you gotta start paying yourself first. Because you're paying the bills, you're paying the house, you're paying everybody else. But and you're thinking, well, if money is left over, then I'll use it to build a business, or then I'll use it to do this, or then no. You gotta start paying yourself now, right? You gotta save money for the future, right? You gotta give, tithe. You gotta give to the outside world, to the community, and then you also have to build a fund where you're able to use it to invest. All right, and this investment is actually your financial investment for your financial freedom. Is what this money is your little soldiers. This money is your workers, your employees now, right? With whatever's in here in this envelope, how I call it. And what you do is you grab this money and you say, hey, I'm gonna put you to work, and you better work for me, and you better bring in more soldiers. All right. So what you do is you use this money to be able to go out there. But if you don't do these three steps, you're never gonna be able to improve, right? So another thing is what I did is I had the way I started to budget my money is I really was in control of everything, right? Also, what I put is a splurge money, a splurge envelope, which is basically something to have fun because you have to have fun. You have to start celebrating now. Don't wait until the future. Don't wait until later. Start celebrating now, okay? And if you're saying right now, you know what, I don't have a dollar, I don't have an extra dollar to put in here, I don't have it. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. Okay. It probably is rare the person who can show me their finances and I can never find out where they can do stuff. Okay, because I've helped friends and family members do this stuff, and I always find ways for them to be able to cut on some stuff. Okay, because what you want to start doing is you want to start cutting stuff up. All right, cutting stuff out. Like let's say for instance, if you're let's say you drink coffee, but like from Starbucks or from other stuff, that stuff is expensive, right? Okay, if you cut off some of that stuff, now you have money, right? If you have cable, you don't need cable. You can cut it off, all right? You'll eventually get that stuff later, but right now it's time to start finding where you can get extra money, okay? Because in reality, it's just like sometimes you're just going overboard with the stuff that you want, right? Do you really need that huge house that you live in, right? Do you need that fancy car, right? Do you need that, all that stuff, right? That you have, all the materialistic stuff, right? Because that's all those materialistic stuff is also are a way for the system to enslave you, okay? Because what's going on is that, here's what's going on is like you start working as a young man or as a young woman, and all of a sudden you start buying stuff, right? And you like that, and if you get a raise, all of a sudden this stuff starts coming up, and you get another raise, and this stuff's coming. So you never have that room to save, right? Because you always want to maintain it, right? If they pay you $1,000, you spend $1,000. If they pay you 10,000, right? They pay you that. What do people do with their income tax refunds, right? What do people do with their bonuses, right? I have a lot of friends who are always complaining. They're always complaining about, it's like, I never have money. It's like, how can how are you doing it to have how did you do it to have a house? They tell me that. How come you always have new cars? They tell me that, right? And they see it because I don't really make a lot of money. Like, I don't make huge amounts of money compared to, some other people, some of my friends or something like that. But the way that I do it is I'm always in control of this money. I'm always in control of this money 100% of the time, and I know exactly where each penny is going to, and I know where it's coming from, and I allocate it to where it needs to be, so that money works as hard as it can. Okay, that money doesn't have no feelings. All right. That money doesn't have a feeling. That money doesn't have a back that's going to be broken. That money doesn't have a family that's going to be missing. That money is a paper that you're able to utilize to your whole 100% advantage. Okay? That's what you got to start thinking about. Okay? Do not put feelings into it. Do not put anything like that. It's just a paper that is enabling you to be able to do stuff with it. All right, so utilize it to the best of your advantage. Don't grab a paper and just toss it into the air. Right, grab a paper and say, how can this $1 bill work for me so it can bring me $10? All right, that's what you want to do. Okay, and there's always ways to do it. There's always ways to be able to allocate all this money. Okay, there's always ways to cut off, because at the end, at the end, you're gonna be living a way better life, and it's not gonna take as long as you think. All right, it's not gonna take as long as you think. A lot of people think that financial freedom, it's not gonna take. It might take you a long time to create wealth, right? Like $1 million or 10 millions or whatever, all this money. But for financial freedom, it doesn't take that long. All you need to do is be able to find somewhere to put this investment money in that will start returning more money that you put in here, until eventually you're able to purchase stuff. And here's another trick. Okay, here's another tip. Robert Kiyosaki talks about this a lot. Is that if you want to start spending money, what you need to do is find yourself an investment that where you get all this money, that all your hard-working money, right? That the money you traded your time for, you want to grab this money and put that to work, right? Put it to work, right? And so this is an investment. And once this investment is working and it's giving you money, this is the money you can spend. This is the money you can spend, right? So for instance, if you want to buy another car, right? Maybe it'll cost you $300 or so per month, right? All you got to do is think about it and say, where can I use my hard-earned money, that where can I put my money in an investment that will give me $300, right? Because at the end of the day, when you finish paying that car, you'll still have the car, you'll still have the investment of the $300, plus you'll still have the cash flow that you're now able to buy another car if you want, right? So that's the smart way to do it, right? Start low and build yourself up. Don't look at the people who are already making tons of money, because it took them a while, right? It took them a while. Don't compare yourself to them. You're just starting out. So all you want to do is start with the three little piggies. That's how I started, saving $1 a day. It was $30 a month, or 31, depending on the month, right? So that's how I started, really, right? Then what I did is I added the splurge money, and I added an education fund, right? So I was putting $1 in each one. So each month I had $30 to invest, $30 to splurge, $30 to invest, to education, and Tide, and then also for savings, right? So my savings it has always been growing. I'm always giving to my church, and it feels good, right? Because then I don't have to be like, oh man, I don't have the money. It's already there, right? In the education part, I always have $30 to spend on education. So I will always go out there and either buy an audiobook or buy a course or buy another like a book or something or go to a seminar. I mean, I will use that money to be able to purchase something, right? And at the beginning, if I really wanted like a more expensive course, then what I would do is I would just wait a couple of months, right? 2, 3 months, and all of a sudden I would have a couple of $100, and I would use that money to purchase that, right? So I would delay my gratification, and little by little, it started to happen because this is the truth, my friend. Time is gonna pass. Time is gonna pass, and where do you want to be in the future, right? 5 years from now, it's gonna pass. And if you don't do something right now to change that, to change your future, 5 years from now, you're probably gonna find yourself in the same situation that you are right now. And if you don't like the situation, then you gotta change it. If you like it, then fine, stay like that how you want. I mean, more power to you. But 5 years are gonna pass. Because you might think, oh, $30 is too little. Then put $2, make it $60 per envelope, right? If you can, make it as much. If you can, put 50 cents or a quarter. Make it like $10 a month. But start. I'm telling you, it's gonna be slow, but then you're gonna find ways to do it. All right, ways to do. There's always so many ways to be able to allocate your money and to be able to be financial free. All right. I want to share two things, okay? And these two things, I was only gonna share one, but right now that I'm talking, I want to share two things. Okay, the first one is that I want to give you my eight my eight success principles. Okay, that I've been using to build my home business. Okay, this I want to give you absolutely for free. I want to give you my 8 success principles as well as more home business success tips. Okay, so what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to giving you this information. So because I want to help you build something. Okay, I want to help you generate the money necessary for you to be financially free. Okay, so these 8 success principles has helped me do that. Okay, the second thing that I want to share. Okay, this is a surprise share. Okay, is that you might be thinking, how in the world can I have a business, right? With starting it with $30 a month or something. How in the world can I produce this money? I'm gonna share this with you. Okay, the home business that I am in. Okay, it starts at $25 a month. Okay, I'm just gonna share this straight out. All right, it gives you the blogging system that you're seeing. If you're on YouTube, then I'm gonna put a link on the bottom so you can go to that blogging system. It gives you a blog. Okay, a blog is very powerful because that's the way you promote your value in order for you to receive stuff. Okay, you'll get a lot of training on this. Don't worry about it. But you have to have something to sell, right? So if you just say you save for if you start to save $30 a month, then you're gonna have the money to be able to have this blog, right? But also, what I want you to do is push yourself a little bit more and save $45 a month in your investment fund. Okay, I want you to save $45 a month because this is how it's gonna work. Okay, this is what I've been doing, what my team has been doing, and what thousands of people have been doing to generate massive amounts of money in their lives. Okay, and I gotta do an income disclaimer to I'm not promising any results because I can't promise you results. I'm not saying that if you do this, it's gonna happen. What I'm saying is that if you follow the instructions, if you follow what you need to do, then you could you could find financial freedom, right? But it's gonna take some action out of your part. But don't worry, I'll be there to help you. Okay. So if you are able to save $45 a month, all right, you can as an investment. Okay, you already allocate this as an investment. What you can do is, like I said, get yourself the blogging system that I use and that now you can use, and become an affiliate of this program. What this affiliate program means is that now you are able, you have the rights to resell this program so you can get some money out of it, okay? And the same thing that I'm doing right now, I'm reselling this program for you, right? I'm reselling it for you. And what's gonna happen is that now you're gonna be able to get some of that money back, right? And the more you sell, the more money you get, right? So that's a great thing, and it's a 70% a 70% um, a profit that you get, 70% money back. So when if a commission, 70% commission. So if you sell a blogging platform for the $25, you get 70% back. And the great thing is it's a monthly reoccurrence. Okay, monthly reoccurrence. So the reason I wanted to share this is, I wasn't gonna even share it. I wasn't even thinking of sharing this. I was just gonna share my 8 success tips, principles with you. But then I started to think, it's like, you know what, I need to put this out there, that a business, a real good business, okay, it's not doesn't have to be that expensive, all right? You can start right now. Of course, if you really want to start making a lot of money, then I can show you how to make, lots of money, 500, 1,000, and more per sale. And I can show you how to do that. But for now, if most likely, you're working a ton of hours, you're tired, all you don't have a lot of money to spare. So I know that it might be a little hard for you. So that's why I was like, you know what, I'm going to share this with you, because this is the simplest way to start generating money. And as you generate more money, then you can start expanding on your business. So I'm going to have a link on the bottom, all right? And it's gonna say Kalatu, right? So there's gonna be 2 links now. It's gonna be 2 links there, one for the 8 success and then one for the Kalatu. I know. Get yourself both of them though. Get yourself the 8 success principles and also the Kalatu, because then you can build both at the same time. One's for free, one is for the 25 plus the 19.95 affiliate fee, which is like about $45. So you can get your business started, right? This video went a little way too long. So if you're still here, then that means that you're very interested in doing this. And all I would just tell you, if you're here, then just do it. Just click on the link. Start your Kalatu blogging system. Pay the affiliate fee. Go in there. I'll know if you went through that link. I'll know that you got it, and I'll be contacting you. Okay, because then I'll receive all that information, and I'll know exactly how to contact you, and I'll get in contact with you, and we'll go ahead and sit down on one-on-one, and on Skype or on a Google Hangout or something, or on the phone, and we'll get yourself a real nice plan, business plan going for like a maybe 30 days, maybe 90-day plan that you can work on. And at the same time, if you're willing and if you trust me, I can look at your finances and help you out how to allocate your money better, and where you can save some money, okay? Because it's not as hard as you think. It's actually very simple to do, and you can save a lot of money, and you just and it starts to build up fast if you start doing this stuff, man. When I started doing it, I mean, it's awesome. I mean, all of a sudden I had like $1,000, like in months, in a matter of months, and all of a sudden I had like $5,000 in the bank. I was like, holy moly, right? This thing works, and all of a sudden the $10,000 mark. So it works just doing these little things, and of course the more money you put in there, the easier it gets, right? And I'm talking about not the business side. I'm talking about just me allocating my money now, not overspending and stuff. But the great thing is that now I have different stuff. I know this video is going a little longer than that. That's cool, that's cool, man. This is my video. I can talk whatever I want to talk, right? And if you want to listen, that's great. But what I started doing is that I have my savings, my tithing, my investing, my education, and then I started my splurge. Then I started adding other ones. I started adding like a baby fund, right? Because my daughters, they started coming in, so I was like, I'm gonna add a baby fund because I love the fact that I have money in there already allocated for that, and so my wife sometimes comes and she's like, hey, you know what? We need we need clothes, or we need this for the baby. So we're like, okay, go ahead and get it. She feels awesome because she can go shopping without worrying. And I'm like, you know what? We have this amount of money in in the account. I mean, you can spend it all if you want, but I mean, I don't suggest you spend it, because then we won't have it took us a while to build it up to that amount, but that's how much you have, and but it's like, and she's like, she's loving it, right? Because it's like, hey, you know what? Oh, it's gonna cost $100 or something. It's like, go ahead, right? And sometimes you can be tight, right? You can be like really tight. You're like, oh, you're working paycheck to paycheck. But if you're doing this, all of a sudden you have money allocated to certain things, and even you're kind of like, oh, you're paying these bills, I'm paying these bills, but you will feel so freaking good when all of a sudden, you need to buy something and you have money in an envelope that's allocated for that, and you're just like, bam, oh man, I don't gotta worry about, because that's what that money is for, right? After that, I started doing like, car expense. So I started putting money into the car expense. So when I need gas or oil changes or anything for the car, I just grab it from there. And it's so. I mean, it's just like a stress reliever, because you need gas. Just, we got money right there. We got money. You gotta grab it. It's like, go ahead. Do it. So what you gotta do is like, that's why like budgeting is like, I don't like budgets. I don't like the word budget, but this money allocation, this envelope system that I've been using is awesome. And all you gotta do is basically customize it to you, right? So you're not gonna build an envelope for every single little thing, but you build the envelopes for things that are important to you, and that that you might, something might come up in the future, and all you do is like, put like, $1 a day or something, or if you can't, just put half, so it'll be like $15 a month or something. And the great thing is that over time those envelopes build up if you don't use it, right? Because let's say for like baby, right? Yeah, we buy, because we actually had another one for diapers, just specifically for diapers, because diapers are faster. But the baby fund, we're not buying clothes every month. We're not buying shoes every month. We're not buying all that stuff. I mean, we'll buy maybe every 6 months or when they start school or something. So that fund is building up, building up, building up, building up, building up, right? It's like, maybe it's like a couple of $100, and then it starts building up, and all of a sudden it's like, when the need comes, it feels so good that you don't have to deprive your children of anything, right? If they want a toy, boom, Christmas, boom. It's like, it's there. It's kind of, it's kind of like layaway, right? It's kind of like layaway. There you go. I never thought about it until now, but it's like layaway. You're putting that money there until you're ready to take that product out. I don't know if you know about layaway, like in Kmart or something. When I was young, my mom used to do it, and I used to love it, because I used to ask my mom for anything, and she'd be like, okay, let's get it for you. And she'll put it layaway. I had to wait, which sucked, but I will have it eventually, right? I had it eventually. So that's a really good way for people who don't have a lot of money to be able to get stuff that they want. So this is kind of like a layaway program, right? Where that money is already allocated for something that in the future you're gonna be able to purchase. And the great thing is, you don't even gotta worry, right? So let's say, for instance, your investment, you don't gotta worry about it, because it's already allocated. That money is specifically for that. So if you lose it, you don't worry about it, because that money was specifically for that, right? For instance, going for this video longer than usual. When I started, I really didn't know. I mean, I was reading books. I was like, man, what do I do? How do I do it? So I started, learning the stock market. I started to invest in the stock market, and it felt good to be able to just be like, okay, I'm gonna buy these stocks, and if I lose the money, I lose the money, right? And a couple of times I lost a little bit of money, but it was awesome, because I was kind of really studying, and and even though these stocks were like, oh my god, amazing, like, yeah. But I remember I bought some stock, and it went up like 300% of how I bought it, right? Because it was like when the market crashed and all that stuff, and I was like, oh man, this is awesome, right? So that was pretty cool. But but when I lost the money in some other stocks, I didn't worry about it, because it was like, well, that's what it's for, right? And so that's how I've been using some of the money. I lost a lot of the money. I've gained some of the money, but it's pretty cool, because you have that money, and you can just like invest it in things, and you don't really have to worry about it, because that's what it's for, right? But you're practicing, right? So now that I know how to manage money, and now that I know, now it's like it gets rarer and rarer the moments I do lose money, right? It starts to, because I'm a little bit more aware, a little bit more informative of how to utilize my investment money, which is pretty cool. But yeah, this video went way longer than what I thought. But I was just kind of talking about it from the heart. I was just kind of having a one-on-one conversation with you, and but like I said, go ahead and start your investment fund, start your savings, and start your tithing. At least those three things are the most important things. And I invite you to click on the link where it says Kalatu and purchase your Kalatu blogging platform. And also become an affiliate of it, and for the $45 a month. And we'll get together and we'll build a plan because imagine this is a 70% return. You don't need that many clients purchasing your Kalatu system in order for you to start profiting. Okay, just keep that in mind. So the higher the commission percentage, the faster it is that you'll get your money back. And these ones are reoccurring. So every month you'll get your money. Boom, boom. As long as they're active, right? Like I'm active, right? I've been active. I've been paying my $25 every single month. So that money goes to the person who got me in, and I've been paying him, right? Boom, boom, month after month after month after month after month, and that's how it works, right? That's how easy it works, and he has his monthly income coming in at least from me every single month, right? And of course, he has other people, and the same thing with me. So that's how you're gonna be. Is you're gonna find other people who would like to have their blogging system or have their own home business, and then you're gonna bringing them in. And the great thing is, it's like on a monthly basis. You're just gonna spend a little bit of time grabbing, getting this one customer. But then that one customer starts paying you, and then you can go and get some more, and these customers are keep on paying. It's not like a one-time thing. All right, my friend. So go ahead and click on that button, fill out the order form, and once you fill out the order form, go inside, become an affiliate, fill that order form as well. I will get a notification, and once I get that notification, as soon as I get it, I'll send you an email or I'll send you a text, because you gotta put your like your phone number, stuff like that. So I'll send you a text or something, and then we can get together. Okay, well, my time, it is precious, right? I love spending it either making videos like this, or most of the time spending with my kids and family. So we will set an appointment for us to get together for about like 30 minutes or so, and really dwell into this. Okay. So with that, my friend, this is Nestor Nidome from the MakeMoneyFromHomeDad.com, and I'll catch you on the next video.